Welcome to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcast on the use of thermal imaging to fight coronavirus.
As schools reopen, employees return to work and airports get busier, thermal imaging cameras powered by artificial intelligence are proving a quick and effective way to survey large groups of people and detect high temperatures.
But are they the magic bullet for COVID-19 fever detection? And what are the legal and ethical implications of such mass surveillance technology? Stay with us.
Infrared thermal imaging cameras detect radiating heat from a body and then estimate core body temperature. Police use them to locate smugglers, energy companies install them to spot leaky pipelines, and they help firefighters see through smoke.
Thermal imaging cameras are currently being installed in office buildings, hospitals, shopping malls, schools and airports to detect people with fever-like symptoms. But is general fever measurement through thermal cameras an effective means to tackle COVID-19? Are these cameras designed to operate as medical devices?
And what about data privacy? What are the legal and ethical implications related to the massive use of these cameras in public places, especially when they're paired with facial recognition software and movement predictive algorithms?
There are certainly questions to be addressed. Some airports have started using thermal cameras to detect fever in travellers, but in the absence of a common international standard for health screening at airports and workplaces, the use of thermal screening cameras remains highly controversial.
Furthermore, in accordance with Europe's data protection rules, data stored in these cameras should be anonymised and no images should be collected and processed. But do temperature checks using thermal cameras comply with these rules? European data protection authorities have different stands on this.
Scientific literature suggests that using AI-enabled public thermal scanning to detect fever is, at the very least, controversial from an ethical point of view, as there are real concerns relating to its effects upon privacy, autonomy and dignity.
There are also questions related to consent. Are passengers and workers aware that they're being monitored, and have they agreed to it? And what if thermal cameras enabled by artificial intelligence technology and facial recognition technologies continue to be used to monitor people's movements in a post-COVID-19 context?
The gradual introduction of this technology in airports and office buildings also raises questions concerning what happens when people are detected as having fever. Can they be banned from entering the airport or their workplace? And how do we prevent discrimination and stigmatisation effects?
There are also concerns about the transparency of this AI-powered system, especially about its limitations, uncertainties and the risk of error. So in view of these limitations, it would seem reasonable that remote temperature screening solutions should be accompanied and led by public health guidance.
So coming back to our initial question, we can't but conclude they are not the magic bullet against COVID-19, but only one layer of protection in the context of a much wider ecosystem of public health responses to this pandemic, and one that should be used with care.
You're listening to the European Parliamentary Research Service podcast.